All right. Hello. Welcome to the first edition of the Trinity Gauntlet right here on KJC Radio. This is a brand new show that we're working out. We got a little bit of kinks in the beginning, but we figured them out. We're gonna have a lot more to the show as we go. We got theme songs and a whole lot of stuff. This is a show. It's the basis of this show is it's three friends. We've been friends basically since high school. Out of each spread out different ways, but have reconnected through the joys of this radio station. So it's pretty much a roundtable discussion about life, mostly sports, and a lot of life situations. So let me bring on Ben and Victor, and we'll get this thing rolling here. So, all right, Ben, are you there?
Man? I'm there.
All right, cool. Let me bring Victor on. Come on, you can do it. Hey, Vic, you here?
I'm right here, boys. What's happening?
What's good?
All right. So we got. I say we just do a little intro. To tell everybody about yourself. So I'll jump this thing off. I'll jump this thing off. My name is Chris. I host another radio show on Wednesday nights. So I got to make sure I plug that one right here on the same KJC network. It's called Fit Down Sports Show. I still live in Connecticut. Grew up my whole life here. It's where I met these two jokers, and basically played sports my entire life. And
Yeah.
I've always had an affection for it. I played football, track, baseball in high school, and then I went on to play football, track. I played football, baseball, track, cross country in college. So I've got a lot of sporting background, and I ended up coaching for the local high school there. So that's pretty much my sports background. And in life, I pretty much do this all day. I try to talk on the radio. I got a job at a local warehouse moving stuff around. So that's pretty much what I got going on in my life. Why don't we just roll it over? I'll throw it over to Ben. What do you got for the people?
Hey, I'm Ben Johnson. I'm from Guilford. You know, I was born in Michigan, Kalamazoo. I relocated to Connecticut when I was like really little, like about 1, 2 years old. Just grew up there. Love sports. It's everything. I knew these guys. I played football with Victor. I knew Chris. We played basketball every day after school at Adams. Pretty much joked. We were always sports junkies. We were always, having Super Bowl parties. Younger, we always talked sports. Chris used to have like the oldest Deion Sanders jersey and would rock that thing to school in Adams. Like it was nobody's business. He was dedicated. Let's just let you know, because everybody will say he's from where he's from, but he was a dedicated Cowboys fan. There's no disputing any of that. I'm a New England Patriot fan. We went through the dog days. I just, hey, we're doing good now. Not to mention, I'm also a big Michigan fan. We're in the dumps right now. It's okay.
Hey,
for basketball, it's UConn. And yeah, what's up?
Hey Ben, I got a little side note for you. I still have and rock that Deion Sanders jersey.
I know you do. I know you do. But so that's just it. We're sports junkies. I think that's it. Right now I live in Atlanta, or Georgia, shall I say? Atlanta, Georgia, that area, metro. You want to call it like that? I build houses on regular from the ground up. That's what I do every day. Come home and then we talk sports. You catch me here on Sundays. You'll catch me on Wednesday talking to Chris about all other things, sports topics. It just revolves around my life. So that's what I like to do. And I'll pass it on to Vic.
Thank you, guys. Man, what can I say? Where it all started. I'm originally from New Haven, Connecticut. Moved out to Guilford. Met these clowns freshman year, and the ball rolled ever since. I'm an avid sports fan. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a Pats fan. You know, I'm a Celtics fan. It's just a weird place in Connecticut. If you don't know the area, you don't really understand, and people think I'm a front runner.
We grew up in the middle.
It's a heavy crown. It's a heavy crown to wear. but right now, I live in California. I live in rainy San Diego, California, today at least. But my travels brought me out here after I got out of the Navy. And I'm just out here raising my two sons and want to talk sports with some people. So why not?
All right, so that's kind of our background, just for the listeners out there, so they know everything that's going on.
To Georgia,
everything that's going on here. But we got everything covered. You jumped the shark before I was gonna. You knew where I was going with it, Ben. So I'm glad you said it. I was just gonna say. So we got the whole country covered. We got the West Coast, we got the South, and you got me still here in the Northeast. So we should have a good handle on everything. Why don't we just? We got a lot of topics that I know we want to discuss. Why don't we just start with the most recent? And we were talking about it last night, but we're gonna do actually talk here. How about the NBA skills competition last night?
Jason Tatum, yeah. That dude's a beast with that little under half court shot.
That half court shot was awesome, but I mean he was killing it on everything else. I think, and for anybody out there that doesn't know what the NBA skills competition is, it basically guys dribble up, they have to make a pass into a net, then they have to go down, make a layup, and then they have to go down, then they have to dribble all the way back down the court and shoot a three, but you can shoot from anywhere. Like, if you're behind and you're at half court, you can just throw the ball. I think Tatum only took 3 shots the entire night.
No, he took 4.
Because
his first round, he missed that first one, and then he made the second one.
No, he made the first round. He came down and made the very first shot. The second round, he missed the first one and made the second one. And then the third one. Then the third one, he throws it up from over half court and just bang, right in.
Buries it. It was awesome.
That was probably the highlight of NBA Saturday night.
I don't know. The 3-point competition was pretty good. I didn't expect Joe Harris to win it, but I thought it was cool.
He was
dude, that stroke was wet, dude. He was
on fire.
It was on point. Yeah.
He was on fire. Like, he was so, once he warmed up that second, third round, he's just like, he's like, I don't care that you're Steph Curry. I don't care that you're a big name. I'm taking you out. Like, I love that. I loved it. I just thought it was cool. I loved how D'Angelo Russell was pumping him up. Like, everybody thought we were going to suck. We're Brooklyn. We here. Like, I liked it. I did like that fact, because it was like, I get sick of seeing the same thing, but the fact that he didn't cower down and he showed up, that's what it's about. I liked it. I loved it that he won.
And he was at such a disadvantage. I mean, he was the first one to go. So
did he put up?
You think about it. He was the very first when he was he was the very first contestant, and then they had 10 other guys go. It took I want to say it took at least 45 minutes to an hour to get through the whole first round. So he goes, first of all, going first, he set the mark, he set it at 25, so everybody knew, all right, I got to get 25 to beat this guy. So that puts him at a disadvantage already. But just for him in the second round, he puts up 25 on the first round. Then he sits for an hour and is just chilling, watching all these other guys go. And then
Which is
they
remarkable.
get to and then he comes out and does what he did. His 3-point shooting was amazing. I don't know how you guys felt. I felt like there were too many. I think there were too many contestants in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, I think
it's too little for the dunk contest too. The dunk contest, when we get to that, it was trash. It's trash.
Garbage.
They just either scrap it or do something else. I'd rather see the 3-point at the end of the night. That was embarrassing to watch. Jumping over the Wright brothers plane, that was like the most garbage set up for. It was like the most mediocre dunk. Like Vince would have windmill 360 if in his prime over that thing. Like it was. I don't know.
Listen, they told that dude, hey man, just get over the plane, don't land on it, and let us hit it back in the museum. Do not do anything stupid.
I was nervous. Were you nervous? I was nervous. I was like, he's going to literally break that plane in half.
Well, he did.
The whole state of North. He did?
He did break the plane. He hit it on the way up.
He kicked it.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, if I was a judge, I would have been like, all right. I mean, my problem with the dunk contest is the judging, because the dude that missed all 4 of his all 3 of his dunks, the guy missed. He still got a 33, and the best dunk, what I thought was the best dunk of the night, was the very, very first one, where the guy grabbed the side of the backboard. That guy went
original.
first, and he got a 40. He got a 40 on his dunk.
And he made
it. A guy that missed all 3 of his dunks got a 33. Like, how do you get? Like, to me, I'd be like, all right, you missed 0.
Yeah,
0.
Yeah. If it was really cool, I'll give you a 1.
5.
Maybe.
I give you 5. It should have been 5. 1 apiece. Oh, 5. Good for effort.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And,
but yeah, like I just didn't like the goggles. Remember, because he put the hat on, then he took the hat off, then he put the goggles on, then he put the hat back on. He was trying to pump the crowd up. It was kind of lame. I was just like, you know what? This is going to be disastrous. I'm embarrassed watching this. I didn't want to watch it, but I did. And I was like, I was just like, you could have did something else. Like, it was just, I thought it was trash.
I won't lie, I just watched the highlights. I waited for them to pop up on YouTube, and I was like, dunk contest highlights, let's watch. Those were trash.
What happened? I swear, and the dude that jumped over Shaq, that was all right, but like, literally you could tell Shaq was like, I don't think this guy's going to do it, because he was leaning forward the whole time, like, please don't kick me or knee me in the back of the head. It was good, though, but still.
What about that? Like, the dude dunks over Shaq and gets a 50. The next guy comes up. Then you go to Dennis Smith in the final round. He dunks over Dwayne Wade and gets a 50. Like, if dunking over Shaq is 50, then Dwayne Wade is like
a 35.
Can't be a 50 it can't be a 50 as well. Like, you can't do this. You can't do the same dunk over a smaller guy and get the same amount of points. Like, it don't make sense.
7-1 victory. Like,
there needs to be more structure in the dunk contest, just a little, so we can figure this stuff out.
It's just, I think since Vince, it's been nothing. Because Levine and your buddy a couple years ago, they did put on a show because they were doing stuff we had never. You know what I'm talking about? When the 360s from the foul line, I'm like, yo, like, like when I watched that, I was like, it's back. But now it's like, it's just.
Then the thing that killed the dunk contest is Blake Griffin when he jumped over the car.
Over the Kia?
Yeah, because now everybody now everybody does. Like, I don't care about the flash. I don't care about, we talked about the Tuskegee Airmen and the all the show dunks that they had. I don't care about that. I just want to see guys dunk. Like, I like that guy that dunked over.
You're right.
The guy that
You're
dunked over
right.
Shaq. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name because I'm not even gonna try it. But if he just dunks, if Shaq's not there and he just dunks with his elbow halfway down the rim, like he was, if he just does that, I probably would have been more thrilled on that because I would have been watching the dunk more than is he gonna clear Shaq? Like, I didn't really care. I didn't really care about the dunk after he got over Shaq. I was like, all right, that was cool. That was cool that he got over Shaq, but I didn't even see the dunk. And then I saw him like this arm halfway in the hoop, and I was like, all right, that's some skill right there. But that's what I would change. I would say, all right, none of this prop stuff. If you're gonna bring somebody out to toss you the ball,
they
that's
take that
fine.
whole elbow thing from Vince. Vince did that. He did that with the reverse 360. Like, they're taking Vince's. Like, it's like these guys are like the night before, like, yo, what am I gonna do? Let me just watch Vince, okay? And then try to no, you leave Vince alone. You leave Vince alone. You stop trying to do his stuff and do your own. But you're right. The props suck. I think the props are like it's like they're almost trying to get the crowd hyped up, and then the judges, so that the judges can be like, oh well, the dunk was all right, but the props were like an extra 25 points. I don't care. Like, I'm with you. I don't care about the props. Let me see how athletic you are, because you were chosen, and I feel like they could have picked a lot better people this year in the dunk contest, because we got high flyers in the NBA, and it's like I was like, who?
You know why they picked the guys that? I mean, except for the guy who picked the J. Cole or whoever the rapper was. I didn't even know who he was. I was like, who is this guy with dreads? Like, I don't care about him and his dreads.
He's actually pretty dope. He's actually pretty dope, but the dread thing is something new. But Cole is pretty dope. He's from North Carolina, so that's why they had to. And I guess the whole thing was he had Cole's jersey on from high school.
Yeah.
I think he's from like Fayetteville or something like that. But yeah, it's I don't know. I feel.
But
like
you know why they picked? You know why they picked Dwayne Wade? I mean, you had Dirk in the three. You had Dirk in the 3-point contest, and you had Dwayne Wade, and you had to have Dwayne Wade come out because he's leaving at the end of this. So so they wanted. I think that was just a way to get Dwayne Wade involved.
Yeah. You can't have a problem with Wade. Wade's like kind of like that. Hey, you know what? You can do what you want to do this year.
He's a part of the Miami Heat. I don't like Dwayne Wade. I do not like him at all.
Yeah, you still are you still upset about what he did to Rondo's arm? That was dirty, by the way. It was dirty.
Yes, I'm mad about all of it.
He was like, you know what? We can't win because Rondo's too scrappy right now, so I'm going to, dislocate his elbow. I'm going to fall on his arm a certain type of awkward way. That was kind of like himself.
Yeah, and then Kelly Olynyk started doing it, and then we were like, oh, it's all good.
Yeah, until Kelly Olynyk took out Kevin Love.
Kevin Love.
That was
everybody was a little bummed about that.
It was the dirtiest play ever after that. It was the dirtiest play ever. It was like,
dirty plays go to Zaza, man. That one where he fell on Westbrook, where he looked down on him and was like, yeah, boom, and he dropped right on him. I was like, what are you doing?
No, what he did to Kawhi, and they were
he did the same thing
off of them. Yeah, they were beating the brakes off of him. He's like, oh, you're shooting? Let me just freaking do a
let me undercut you
2 times towards your feet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what?
You know what's crazy? You know how many times we almost got into fights on the courts because of that? Everybody's like, that's not a foul. I got you. And then all of a sudden the NBA is like, that's the most dangerous play ever. It's like, what? Wait, what happened?
Roll your ankle. Jalen Rose did that. Jalen Rose did that to Kobe. Like, Kobe still remembers it and will talk crap about him. About it. Like, hey, yeah, you Jalen Rose to me. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's up?
Ben, you want to know where I learned how to undercut the shooter?
What? Who?
And you probably remember when we did this. I learned to undercut the shooter at Jim Calhoun basketball camp, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jimmy told you to run through. You better close out.
My coach told me if you're closing out and you can't do it, just undercut the dude.
You better close out with conviction. Like, they were serious about that stuff. I mean, I remember the camp. I was like, dang, what are we doing? Why do we keep closing? I mean, we ran closeout drills for a while. Like, I'm like, can I shoot a basketball? Like, my parents paid $300 for this damn camp. Like,
I never saw more 10-foot sprints in my life. It was like, shooter, run, bang, shooter, run, bang. It's like, dude, I am tired now. Can we, like, layup lines or something? I'll do dribbling drills. I don't care. I don't want to do this.
It was like defense. I think there was one day we just did defense all day. Like, because I did win a trophy, best defense, but I had no choice. Like, the coach would yell at me. I was in, like, the NBA league, and the coach was, like, just screaming at me. Like, and I was like, okay, like, I'm tired. I need water. Like, holy UConn.
And then he told him water for the week, and he threw a basketball at him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
But
like, there was nothing.
That was where I learned. When I saw Zaza do that, I was like, "Yo, he must have gone to the same camp I did," because we used to do that all the time. And I remember we were playing one game, and this kid was just torturing us, and he was torturing us, and he was talking junk the whole time. And I said, "Coach, I forget where he was from. He was jacking up shots. He was like, y'all can't stop me. So I went to the coach and I was like, yo, I was like, who's guarding this kid? I got him. I was like, I got him. Don't worry about it. And he stole the ball, got it in the corner, and I just closed him out. And he must have flown about 3 feet. And he didn't hit a shot the rest of the game. He didn't hit a shot the rest of the game.
Who is this kid from Guilford? Like, what did he just do?
My coach was like, he's like, I didn't tell you to do that. I was like, don't worry. I was like, you said close out on him. I did. Don't worry. I closed out on him. And he didn't make it. I was in his head the rest of the game. He was like, I'm going to get knocked down if I shoot. And he didn't shoot the rest of the game. I was like,
I believe he did. I believe so. I believe he didn't. Because you know what? I would have did the same thing. My coach was mean. Like, he was like, I wanted to shoot the basketball. He was like, every single day, it was like defense. I was so tired of playing defense. Like, I know we win championships, but man, Jim Calhoun basketball camp. I just wanted to go to the canteen. And when I went to the canteen, I was like, yo, just give me that reversible Ray Allen jersey that we had. Because remember the reversible Ray Allen jerseys they had? Because Ray was there. Danielle Marshall was there. I think Donnie was there. I think Lobo was there even, too. She would come down to watch. But, man. That was just I lived at the canteen.
Yeah, that's so funny.
What do you want?
That was it, because we knew. We had to get the Gatorades and shit. We had to get all that stuff there because we knew. When we go to the mess hall, all they're gonna have is stale ass water and milk. And I was like, I need Gatorade or something. I need something.
I need electrolytes. Like, you guys are working us. Yeah. Like, my mom didn't tell me it was gonna be like this. She told me I was gonna get She told me Ray Allen was gonna sign my jersey. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they told me Ray Allen was gonna sign a jersey, and then I would get to shoot threes, and Jim Calhoun would talk to me, and then I'd watch this guy named Dave Hoopla hit like 400 shots in a row, and he had like a little hat with a hand in front of his head. Yes,
Dave Hoopla. I remember Hoopla came every year. Every year he came, and he would just shoot. Like, I was like, why isn't this guy in the league? He makes every shot. Like, just stand him in the corner. Like,
in awe. With a hat with a hand on it in front of his face.
Yeah, how is this guy? I was like, how is this guy not in the league?
For the Rockets, he was too slow, and he was a liability everywhere else. You wouldn't be able to get him the ball.
I don't care.
No,
I don't care. We'll play four guys. We'll play four guys on defense. Just stand in the corner. We'll get you the ball. If you could shoot, the guy would shoot from literally anywhere and drain him, and he wouldn't miss.
What about the New York Knicks coach that came down to talk to us? The New York Knicks coach, he came to talk to us. I remember the one game he was talking about how John Starks had that horrible game when he was like 3 for 18, and they, when they were in the finals against.
Always had horrible games.
Yeah, and he was talking about John Starks, and the one kid was like, "Yo, can John Starks dunk?" Like, and I remember this coach like there's a lecture. He was like, "Ask me another question." I was like, "Man, that kid probably went to the room and cried." Like he yelled at that poor kid was just like, "Can you dunk?" That's what he said. He said something like that. Like we're like, "Oh, what do you expect? He's 6, dude." Like, but, I mean, that poor kid. Like, I don't know where he is. He's listening, but shoo. I felt for him.
That's
I was like,
funny.
man, Jesus.
That's
the days.
funny. It's the All-Star game tonight.
Yeah, what time is it? Like,
I think it's 8 o'clock. I think it's at 8 o'clock around here. So probably 5 o'clock for you.
Yeah.
It's at 3:30. I'll be there.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. I love sports now. Being out here. My football day
the West Coast
is
amazing.
Yeah, my football day is done by like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
For you?
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my
Ben,
God, I would love
Ben.
That. What? Yes.
You have to go out there, dude. We'll go into
this
story.
We are.
I went out. Yo, I went out. No, I went out there with I went out there with Gino. Probably 8 years ago. Went out to visit Victor.
Like 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, we went out to visit Victor, and we went out. We went out in October, so we went out on a Friday, got there on a Friday, woke up Saturday morning, drove to. I got up. Everybody was asleep. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning out there. Drove to the corner store, got a 12-pack. By the time I had come back, it was like 11:30, and college football was just starting.
That's awesome.
And I got into the room that me and Gino were staying in, and I just opened the 12-pack. I go, Gino, wake up. He goes, huh? Threw him a beer. I go, here's your beer. Football's on. Like that's how it is. That's how it is. It's awesome out there, dude.
Dude, remember I worked at Sunday at the bar, and we watched all those games on Sunday because that was the day we watched Jets Browns, and it was Hoyer the Destroyer versus the Jets, and we had to have Gino wear the Pats jersey on if they lost.
Yeah, we made Gino wear. Yeah, we made him wear a Pats jersey the whole time.
Oh man,
dude, it was great. I was swinging drinks all during the early games. We were having a good time, and I got to look over and see the kid in a Bledsoe jersey for like 4 hours. It was the greatest thing ever. Yeah, definitely.
Bledsoe jersey. Could have been a
because the kid was so amped up on the plane. Like short little thing. He could not handle the plane right. He was flipping out on the plane. So naturally, I'm sitting next to him, and I'm like, dude, you need to calm down. Like here. I was running a football blog at the time.
They sell drinks on the plane, right?
We know.
We know.
That was plan A. That wasn't working. So I was like, all right. I was like, yo, here's my picks for the week. Blah blah blah. I picked, and I was like, yo, it was one of those years where the Browns. I mean, one of those years where the Browns were terrible. They had like one win, and I was like, yo, Browns this weekend. Mark it down. Not only will they cover, but they're gonna upset. And I think they were playing the Steelers, and I was like, yo, they're gonna the Browns are gonna upset this Steelers. Watch it. And he was like, no, that'll never happen. That's not going to happen. I said, all right, I'll bet you. If the Browns win outright, you got to wear the I know Victor's got a Patriots jersey. You got to wear the Pats jersey the whole time we're at the bar on Sunday. Hoyer, so we watched the early game, and every touchdown pass by Hoyer, I was just yelling at the top of my lungs at the bar. And everybody's like, we're in San Diego, so everybody's like, why are these kids cheering for the Browns? and they're like, and everybody, they had the NFL package, so they had all the games on. And I was like, can you, we were in front of like one of the big TVs, and I was like, can you put the Browns game on this TV? And everybody at the bar is like, why do these kids want the Browns Steelers on? This is San Diego. Like, what are you doing? And we're like, no, this game's important. And like, by halfway through, because we were like cheering for it, and Gino was like getting so mad about every play, like half the bar was watching this game, and everything that happened, they would either bust on him, or when the Steelers started to come back, they were busting on me. Oh, look, you're in trouble, boy. I was like, Hoyer's got this. Don't worry about it. Like, we were like the life of the bar. And again, this is at like 12
I wish I could
o'clock.
see their faces when they were like, "Put the Browns game on." They were probably like, "What the hell?" Like I didn't know.
Ben, you have no idea, dude. Like I said, I was working that day. I was slinging drinks that day, and every time to fire these dudes up, I'm throwing them shots as I'm working. I'm pumping up the crowd, and I'm like, "Look at this!" Oh my God, dude, it was so funny. It was hilarious.
That sounds amazing. It just does. I can just imagine, because no one understands. Like they don't understand it. For all who's listening out, if you're from New England, let me tell you, okay, because everybody's like, "Where's New England?" When I moved down south, they were like, "Where are you from, New England?" They're like, "Where's that?" One guy was like, "You live in London?" I'm like, "No, that's a region in the United States." So I was upset. Like I was like, "Yukon." I gotta say Yukon. And they're like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, Yukon. I remember." Yeah, Ray Allen.
When
I was like,
when I was in the Navy, I had to do that with all my like command sporting events, like when we did basketball and softball and stuff. I had to put, because we always put where we were from, so I was just put Yukon on my stuff, like all my jerseys had it. Like they were like,
that's the only thing people know. It's like you have to say Yukon. You have to say Yukon. Like, and they're like, Yukon. Oh, yeah, oh. And then they'll just start getting out players' names.
I tell people about Connecticut because they're like, what the fuck's in Connecticut? I'm like, well, there's not much. But we have ESPN headquarters, the WWE headquarters. The two biggest.
That's what.
The two biggest one-building casinos in the whole world. Like, we have some stuff, but it's a drive-through and on the 90. Like, people just throw their shit off the 95.
All right, being here in Connecticut, here's what you got to tell people. If people ask you, what is Connecticut? Just tell them we got the two biggest things in sports. We got ESPN, we got WWE.
Yeah.
That's so we got sports, and we got nukes.
And we got nukes.
And we're also in the. You gotta realize
that's all we
also got. Like my sister's ex told me this because he came down there. He used to love coming to New England. He's like, this is like sports junkie, because he's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and he's just like, this is like, you know what I mean? Like, you're in the heart of it. You're talking about New York. That's like one of the hardest cities for a pro athlete to play in, let alone Boston, which is the same thing. If you lose, you getting it. You are hearing it every.
You can't
as
lose.
a Patriots fan, we know
lose.
our fans suck sometimes. Our fans are horrible.
Yeah.
Like if we could be 10-1 and we lose one game, we get blown out, and the crowd is leaving. They're booing, and I get so mad in Georgia. Like I want to be there. I'm gonna watch this lose. It doesn't matter. But it's just that happens. It's trying to tell people like it's just the nature of the game, sports. It's like that's what we are. We are in the heart of that as being from Connecticut. So when someone's like, "Where's that?" Oh, is that New York? No, it's not New York. It's Connecticut. Like, and I just want to let you know that.
He's so mad.
I'm sorry. I am mad. I'm mad.
So mad. He's so mad.
Sorry.
If you
mad.
Think about it, the smart athletes and the best athletes from that play in New York, the smart ones don't live in New York. Where do they live?
They do not.
They live in Connecticut. Like the captain. Like the captain.
Act like we don't
like
have
captain.
basketball. Oh yeah, Guilford.
He lives here. He lives here in Guilford. He lives here in Guilford. Derek Jeter, when he played on the Yankees, he had his house here in Guilford. Mike Richter, when he played,
what did he do? He ran
played,
pipeline so he could have city water. He wanted city water, and he ran pipeline. Like he was like, I'll pay $20 million for that. Like
exactly.
They were like, all right. They were like, all right. He wants city water. Yeah, Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
You know what's funny?
That's what he did. And Mike Richter. Mike Richter, when the Rangers were winning championships, Mike Richter, where did he live? Oh, Guilford, Connecticut. That's right. So
dude,
to all the people out there that are like, oh, I want to play in New York. I want to be. If you want to play and you want to win in New York, you go, you play in New York, and you get your house here in Guilford. That's how it works.
Because if you lose, you ain't ready for that New York pressure.
You ain't about that way.
Just not.
No.
They are going to rip you apart. That market is going to rip you apart. And that's why people are afraid of it. They want to go there, but you don't win. That's it.
What I found out about the East Coast guys, though, because I have a hard time out here, there's no degenerate gamblers out here. Like, when I ask somebody, like, hey, what's the over-under on this game? I want to know. They're like, what's that? I was like, never mind. And you try to find somebody else, like, do you know the money line to this? And they're like, I don't understand what you're saying. It's like, fuck, guys. I just want to put something on this game.
Like, don't you gamble and, like, lose money sometimes?
Yeah. Or the first time I brought up, like, trying to find a bookie, everybody out here looked at me and was like, are you talking about drugs? I was like, no, man.
That's They're like, that's illegal. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
all right,
no, I understand.
Speaking of legal, Ben, why don't we jump topics here, and why don't we talk about
Colin Kaepernick situation?
Let's get into it, because I know this is gonna be fiery, and this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good radio right here. So Colin Kaepernick, his team sued the NFL, and they came to a settlement over the weekend. The article I found on it, and I haven't found any figures yet on what the settlement was.
They're not gonna release that, and that's what tells me something, that what they're not going to release that is him and Eric Reed got a lot of money. I mean, we're not talking little money. They got a lot of money. I believe that, and that's why they're not talking about it. NFL, when
I think it comes down. I think the way that this is going to be viewed is by the way that you go in viewing this case is the way you're going to skew this settlement. Because if you go in thinking Colin Kaepernick had a case, you're going to think, oh, the NFL settled with them to hush them up so that nothing came out. If you go in thinking Colin Kaepernick had no case, what you're thinking is, all right, the NFL just paid the money so that they didn't have to, so that they could just get this out of the way. Because that's what I think happened.
Here's my problem with what you're saying. My problem is this. The NFL is a billion-dollar corporation. They are a billion-dollar machine. They have the best lawyers. Remember, they were fighting the whole CTE thing. They had a movie on it where they were like literally harassing this dude who knew what CTE was, and he was he had it on point, and they harassed that man. They have the lawyers. They have the power behind it. I think what happened was, this is what I think what happened was, they sat down at that mediation table, and basically Cap's lawyer said, hey, discovery. And when you say discovery, because I know this because I just went through a divorce, so I know. When you say discovery, that means I hope you don't have something in your phone that's going to incriminate you. Wait, but that's what it is, and that's where they were saying. They're like, okay, so now we're going to get 32 owners, their GMs, everything. We're going to be able to basically go through everything that you have. And there are sources that saying that the NFL didn't want it to come out because there were some embarrassing things that they had. I want to know what those embarrassing things are. That's what sucks about this. That's what I wish Cap would have just basically said, hey, I'm going forth with it, and we're going to take this to trial. But 9 out of 10 when you settle, the NFL, like, they don't have to settle. They have enough money to fight it and just keep going. They have more money than Cap. So they can just fight this until he's out of money. But they don't want to do that because they're hiding something we don't know. And I feel like
something we don't know. That's what we do know.
No.
We know exactly what happened.
No. See, I'm coming at this. I'm coming at this from the complete other
speaking on those terms
angle.
like that. Okay.
No, listen. It's Occam's
that's
razor
how I think
right
it
now.
goes.
The simplest answer is usually the right one. Dude, come on, man.
That's my answer. The simplest answer for me is the NFL is. I want to know. I want to know 3 things. I want to know.
You don't want to know what they had on the NFL? Do you want to know that? What do they have?
I want to know. I want to know 3. I want to know 3 things. I want to know what Cap was. I want to know the dollar amount that Cap was suing them for. True. I want to know that. I want to know what he was asking because I was thinking about this. Let's say they settled this for $30 million.
It's just both.
Okay.
No, it's more than that. It's way more than that.
I'm just trying to put it at round numbers.
I got you.
But let's say they settled. They said, all right, Colin Kaepernick settled for $30 million. All right. I want to know. All right, that's how much Colin got. How much was he suing him for? If he was suing him for $60,000,
you got to think.
If he was suing him for if he was suing them for like $65 million and they gave him 30, okay, maybe that then I would be more in your camp of, all right, the NFL paid him a lot of money, paid him a lot of this just to make this go away. However, if Colin Kaepernick was suing them for if Colin was suing them for $600 million and they gave him 50,
300,
then I'd be like,
you have to think about it.
And he accepted 50. Let's just stay on this premise where that's where I'm coming from. If Colin Kaepernick was suing them for like $600 million and then settled for 50, then I'm looking at it as, all right, Colin Kaepernick just took the settlement because he wanted some cash. That's where I sway.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
The NFL is a billion-dollar industry.
I
want to know
for more than that. We're talking collusion, Chris. Billion-dollar corporation. Your lawyer is not going in there like, hey, Cap, we're going to sue for $30 million. No, we're going to make this the Kaepernick Football League. That's the way his lawyer's thinking because the lawyer makes money off of this just as well. So I think it was more than that. I think the reason why, if it was $30 million, I don't think the NFL would care. They would love to put that out. We just gave him $30 million. That ain't shit to them. Excuse my language. That ain't nothing to them. We just gave him $30 million. Hush up, whatever. You can play if you want to play for a team wants to. No. This is something where the NFL gave him so much money that they didn't want it out there. Cap wouldn't care if you knew. The NFL didn't want the number of money that was given to Eric Reed and Cap to be out there. Also, they're saying there was some stuff that they had with the discovery that pretty much put the NFL on blast. And a lot of people, that's what I want to know. What did you have?
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing.
Swinging off a chandelier.
I don't know. That's the thing about this. That's the thing about this is that this has been twisted. This whole thing has been twisted from the start. is that, and this is why I feel the same way about you. If this was about exposing the NFL and not about Kaepernick making out with this, Colin Kaepernick should have said, "You know what? I'm dying on this. I'm dying on this sword. I don't care what you dangle in front of me. I don't care the dollar amount.
No,
I'm going to sue you.
Not if you put $1 billion.
No.
He don't care because he's going to still put that money out there. Like, the NFL is going to make you an offer you can't refuse. You know that.
That's when you go.
Hold on.
No, because somebody who wanted to change things, somebody who wanted to make real change would have said, you know what, I'm dying on this hill. I'm taking you to court. We're going to show everybody what you do so that we can change the way that this goes on. That's what somebody who wanted to change. This is the guy who said, I have a shot. I'm going to take my shot. And if they pay me a lot of money, I'm going to go away. And he went away.
But he also wants to play still. He also wants to play. He just
no, he doesn't. He does not want to play. He wants to get paid.
Hold on. Listen to this.
And I have proof of that.
How about this? How about the NFL paid him to be quiet, number one, paid him a lot of money. Number two, he's now going to go sign with that AAF
No, he's
league.
not.
He's got
he's not.
Watch.
No,
In
he's
about
not.
6 months, he will, and it'll help the
No, he
NFL
won't.
out because it puts a little legitimacy to it. I bet you it's a little conspiracy theory. I think it was an investment into that league to try to make another system.
So you didn't see the report that came.
Him to be quiet. They paid him
You
to
didn't
be
see
quiet.
the report that came out on Thursday. You didn't see the report.
He wanted $20 million. Whatever.
He wanted $20 million. He wanted $20 million dollars
but they said that
play.
was false. I heard that was false. I heard it was false. Now, if Colin Kaepernick said that out of his mouth and you have that, let me see it. If his lawyer was asking for that, or not his lawyer, his agent, okay, then maybe you go from there because the agent works with the player. But I don't care if he's asking for $20 million. I don't care. The whole thing is, I want to know why the NFL paid him to be quiet and why the NFL put stipulations on the settlement that nobody could speak a word. That's the thing that has me thinking the NFL they had no idea what was going to go down. They were sloppy. Because think about it. How do you control 32 owners talking to other owners to say, hey, we don't want him in the league? They had information. That's why. And Cap knew he was going to win this case because you don't go into it not thinking that. Like I said, discoveries is huge. Once you put that out there, you get to go after 32 NFL owners, 32 NFL owners, GMs, 32. You're talking about all their records, everything that goes through each team.
That's the other point. That's the other point, though, Ben. If they go through discovery, that's the other point. The NFL could pay him a lot of money. It might not even be about this case because if they go through discovery, everything is on the table, and they only have to find one shred, one thing that's going on. It might not even have to do with Kaepernick, but if anything, talking about anything gets out.
For him to win, even though anything's going to get out, but for him to win, they have to. For him to win, he has to have. Because think about it, the NFL doesn't care. They said it was something embarrassing. That's what people are saying. It was something embarrassing that they had. I'm like, what could be embarrassing? You're trying to figure out. I'm thinking in my head because now I'm mad like they went through it. But like I said, if the NFL wanted to. Well,
it was Jerry Jones running around in blackface with a lampshade on his head. He wants that shit
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Like those weird owner parties, something was happening there. Like the Illuminati shit. Like you're like, what the hell is going on over here? Like, you know what I mean? Like I want to go home. These people have masks on. I don't know what's going on. It reminds me of Get Out. Let me get out of this house. Like that's how that's how.
That's what I think of. I think they were afraid of something else getting out. All the tricks of their trade were gonna come out in this, and that's why
definitely.
It wasn't this situation. It wasn't Kaepernick's situation. It wasn't You know, the NFL, the NFL had two huge bullets, and I know people have disputed the claims.
This is all off of me and your speculation.
This is the way it was reported.
This is the way it was reported. Do you think this is going to spill, or do you think it was just going to end like this? Someone is going to say something sooner or later.
No.
Or Cap. It won't be Cap. I think it'll be a lawyer or something. That someone leaks a little something, and then it'll go back and forth. Because something, they know something. It's going to get
nobody's going to leak anything from this because that's the way those things are drawn up. If anything of this comes out, any side of this settlement comes out, then Cap is out however much money. That it's always written in those contracts. If this gets leaked out,
bank account, can you look at Cap's bank account? Like his net worth just skyrocketed. Like I want to know what his bank account looks like. Like how much is he worth? You should be able to Google it.
Here's your answer.
They're not going to pay. They're not going to pay. They don't pay you. They don't pay you with one of those one of those big checks. They don't pay you with one of those big checks.
I know that, but they have to still keep paying him. I get that, but I'm saying
check his
net
IRS
worth is
statement
going to jump
at
up.
the end of the year.
Yeah.
He'll make four richest 500 people in the country, and then we'll find something out too. So,
look, let me ask you guys a question. How much do you think it is? This is going to be the biggest thing. Like I like asking people because a lot of people try to a lot of people are trying to like on the internet right now are trying to like lowball it and basically say, oh, it was this much, it was that much. You have people basically saying that. I want to know what you think it is.
I think it was 100 plus. I think it's 100 plus.
I think it was $300 million because both it's him and Reed. It's him and Reed that are going to get this. So because they're saying in collusion. I don't know what Reed's lawyer was saying. I don't know, but I know for a fact like that this was well over. This could be $400 million. They could have easily got $200 million apiece. Shut up, or that's it. Because they were probably going after $1 billion. I wouldn't be surprised. I would have to say. Again. It starts with what was Colin Kaepernick asking for. Then I could tell. Then I could give you a ballpark of. Then I could give you a ballpark of what he was asking. No? What if Cap says no? Because you know there was a standstill. You know it was like okay, because they have to present the settlement. We're going to present this settlement to you. You know Cap could just get up and walk out the room and be like, "Nah, I'm good." What if he says no? They have to give him so much money that he doesn't want to continue to take you to court. See, this is my problem. A lot of people realize Cap is getting older. He wants to play. I feel he wants to play. This got drawn out a lot longer than what he wanted, but he was suing because he was saying, you're not going to put me on a football team because of me with my protest and in collusion. That's why I'm not getting hired. And you guys are have a conspiracy against me because you don't want me to be in the league because I'm bad for football. And that's why they're suing. That's why he's suing.
Yeah.
So it's like it's bigger than that.
Yeah, but then
he's suing for lost wages or more. But if the NFL provides you a settlement because they don't want to get out, you don't. Cap, he's not just going to sit there and be like, you know what? I'll just take the lesser amount. No, because this is on him. He's already getting money from Nike. He's already getting that.
Yeah, but
so
he's also got lawyers on his side that could be saying. Wait a minute. Eric Reed just got a 3-year, $20 million contract from the Carolina Panthers. So if there's collusion, Eric Reed's one of the guys in the case. Eric Reed can no longer say, they were colluding against me too. No, they just gave you an NFL team just gave you $20 million, bro.
Yeah,
they just gave you a contract.
And who is big? Who is this more about? Is this about Eric Reed or is this about Colin Kaepernick for the NFL?
It's about Colin Kaepernick.
Right, but
Eric Reed just kind of walked into it like, hey, I'm gonna kneel with my homie. I'm gonna kneel with him because I feel the same way. But he wasn't the big guy behind it. He wasn't wearing the socks with the pigs on it. He wasn't, basically just really fighting it and really putting it out there and calling out for, the police for police brutality and how, minorities are getting basically targeted and treated horribly in this country. That's what he's basically saying. Like, Reed just kind of walked in and kind of stood behind him and caught that check.
But
you got to look at it like that.
Ben, think about this.
What?
If the lawyers go, if Kaepernick's lawyers going in there and they're like, all right, well, we're going to prove that there was collusion against Colin Kaepernick, and we're going to use Eric Reed as our star, as our star witness of, hey, not only is there collusion against Colin Kaepernick, but there's also collusion against Eric. There's also collusion against Eric Reed, and that's what we're going to use to hammer it home. All I'm saying is, if that was the case, if that was going to be their lawyer's plan, if that was going to be their smoking gun, all right, that was going to be, look, you got these two guys.
How long was Eric Reed out of
these
football?
guys,
you got to ask yourself that question. How long was Eric Reed out of football? Colin Kaepernick couldn't even get a sniff. He couldn't even get a sniff of a GM to talk to him.
Right. But what I'm saying is, what if they said that? Now, I've been in mediations before. I've been in there where the judge has said, hey, this is a good deal. If you don't take this deal and you go, you're gonna lose. What if that was said? What if that was said in the mediation, where it was like, hey, you got the star witness just got a $20 million contract. That's gonna sway everything out of your favor.
You got to think about it. They have the money. The NFL has the money to do it. Now you could say, yeah, Discovery is going to bring out a whole bunch of more stuff, but if you're looking at it from that aspect, no, because right now it's more to me. It's more they don't want this to keep dragging on for 1 year, right? But they still have to keep them shut. Cap has to agree to the settlement. The settlement just goes. They don't just offer the settlement to him and then he says, yes, I'm taking it. No, Cap has to agree. He's not. He's already upset with the NFL, so he's going to make them pay.
But Cap's lawyers are going to sit there and say, hey, we got this settlement. It will pay us. Cap's lawyers, they don't care about Colin Kaepernick. Cap's lawyers are there. Why did they bring this to court? Because they wanted to. Because the lawyers wanted to make money.
What do lawyers want?
Maybe
money. So do they want a lower amount or the highest amount they can get? A good lawyer will make the other side settle. A good lawyer will make the other side settle because we got something on you. And you know what? If we can go through with this, NFL is probably like, all right, I'm going to give your players $300 million. That'll shut you up. It will. $300 million apiece or $200 million apiece, it'll shut you up. Cap will be like, all right, cool. Because he already donated money.
What if the scenario?
He's a good human being.
What if the scenario was like? What if the scenario was like I just said?
I heard now they're saying he could be signed by an NFL team actually.
Ben.
What's up?
What if the scenario was like I just said, where they said, hey,
I'm taking a breath.
I'm taking a breath. What if the scenario was you get this amount of money and it could have been in the $100 million range. Could have been in the hundreds of millions of dollars range.
It definitely is over $100 million.
Let's say let's say that was on the table, and they said it's this deal, or we're gonna bury you in court. Okay.
They can't bury him though. They have nothing to bury him on.
I got a story for you.
Outmoneyed him.
I got a story for you. So when I was in high school, I was in a car accident. Okay? And the guy sued me. The guy sued me for all this stuff. There were a bunch of claims that he made against me. And one of the claims was that because of this accident it ruined his marriage. Okay?
Yeah, they did that shit. Stuff.
Okay? So they had all this stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So my lawyer goes in, and we're in mediation, right? We're in mediation, and not only did he sue me for that, but he sued me like he couldn't play softball anymore. He couldn't do the things that he wanted to do, blah, blah, blah. My attorney hired a PI to follow this guy. And he followed the guy and got video of him. And got video of him playing softball. We didn't tell him that's what the video is. We just said, we have a video. We have a video of you that negates some of your claims here. What the guy thought we had a video of him cheating on his wife. And that's how my lawyer sold it as if we go to court, we're gonna show this video. We're gonna show the video of you, and it's gonna negate your thing. And in order,
but it works both ways.
For that not
Chris,
to go,
it works both ways. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it works both ways because Cap's supposed to be like, we have 32 because his lawyers have the discoveries findings. They have that, and so they got 32 NFL teams discoveries.
Yeah, but listen. The important part is the end of the case.
There's all kinds of racial stuff going on through those emails. You know there is.
The important part is the end.
No. I'm just saying.
No. So my lawyer.
I know, yeah.
Let me just finish my story. So my lawyer said you're suing us. He said you're suing for and I think he was suing me for like $500,000. And my lawyer said that he was suing me and my parents and my parents' insurance. So that's what he was going after. And the guy and our lawyer said, we have the video. It's going to disprove everything. Take our offer of $50,000, or we're going to go to court and bury you. And he said, we'll give you the tape, and you can crash it whenever you want. And the guy said, it's either $50,000 or you're going to go and you're going to get nothing. And the guy took the $50,000 and was out of our hair. We could have easily.
That's a tactic. That's a tactic you use.
We could have easily gone to court and just buried this dude. And and the whole time you could see like his wife was sitting there like, oh my God, what do they his wife was sitting there next to him, like you could see the fear in her eyes and the fear in his eyes. When my lawyer said, we have a tape. It was
him swinging, hitting a home run. He was probably like, thank you, Jesus.
And, it was gangster the way my lawyer did it. He was like, we have a tape. We're not telling you what's on it. We'll show it at the courtroom. You'll find out with us, but we have tape of you. And their faces dropped. And that's why I say it can go both. That's why I said I premise this whole discussion with it depends on how you looked at it going in.
You're right.
If you looked at this as Cap had a case, then you're looking at this. Then you're looking at this settlement as they paid Colin Kaepernick off. If you were coming into this thinking Kaepernick and these guys, they have no case.
Either way.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Chris, you make a really good point. That's a great point.
He wasn't going to
win. Whatever
plans
you're looking through.
But is he a sellout for that? No. Or is it?
Nobody.
Because a lot of people are saying
knows.
He's a sellout.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
He wasn't going to win either way. If he goes to court, everybody's saying he's a greedy guy because he's just showing the NFL's going to do this and this is wrong. He doesn't want to play. But if he's settling saying, look, I want to get this resolved so I can continue my football career. And I believe that Cap wants to play. I believe that he does. A lot of people don't. But at the end of the day, this is going to drag out. And who's it worse for, him or the NFL? The NFL, because every year, how long is this going to drag out for?
The NFL is going to
all over the platform.
Dude. I'm not worried about the NFL. The NFL is just going to keep eating and eating.
They own Sunday. They own Sunday for 6 months. That is their day for 6 months. So we know, NFL is definitely going to eat.
They own the entire year. I mean, let's stop with this. Let's be real.
Thursday,
everybody
Saturday,
talks NFL all year long. Everybody, there's no off season anymore. There's no such thing as an off season in the NFL because you guys know you watch the shows. They make up stories to talk about just so they can mention the NFL. Like they bury baseball in the summer so that they can talk about the NFL.
Yep,
no, they do
all the time.
And they talk about the NFL when there's not even NFL
and the
games
biggest
going
story
on.
right now is Antonio Brown, and we can move on to the next segment if you want. Antonio Brown talking bad about Ben Roethlisberger, bringing up the rape allegations, which is, whoa, this man wants out. He's still under contract.
AB is doing everything he can. He is going, and I'm gonna go WWE on this. He is going Seth Rollins. He is going Seth Rollins on everybody. He is just trying to burn the Steelers down so he can get the hell out of there. That's what he's doing. Because you didn't hear anything about this. All you heard about during the last offseason and definitely the season before, all you heard was, oh, AB is such a great teammate. Ben's my guy, blah, blah, blah. We're such good friends. Now, all of a sudden, all this is going down? No, this is AB saying, I want to get out of here. What's the easiest way? I'll just burn the whole thing. I'm just going for broke.
I mean, to go back to those rape allegations, and one of them was in Middleville, Georgia. And from what I heard from people, this girl was trying her hardest. She couldn't even walk to get out of the bathroom, and his bodyguard. It was a horrible story just to hear about how it went down. So it was like, dang, you going to bring up that? Like, then you're going to say, I think there was another story he was talking about the character, his leadership skills. I was like, wow.
Dude, Ben Roethlisberger is one of those, like, Roethlisberger sandwiches away from being fat. Like, really fat. Like Lorenzo fat.
He is. He's almost Jared Lorenzen. He's getting there. But, he's still...
Dude,
he's still
I've always thought he was a bad character guy. He pouts, he berates teammates, like he rapes women. Like, come on, man. Like, those things don't add up. They don't add up.
Dude, both the allegations.
Ben Roethlisberger he is just a comical joke of a person. I mean, nothing says he's more of a joke than after they drafted Mason Rudolph. He goes, I don't want to deal with this guy ever. And the only reason they drafted him is because Ben came out and said, I think I want to retire. And then the minute they draft a quarterback to replace him, I'm going to play 5 more years. And then I'm not going to teach this guy. And then the season starts, this guy and I, we talk all the time. He's one of my best friends. I'm going to mentor him. He changes his position every 5 seconds. Yeah. So I don't trust a word that Ben Roethlisberger says for any topic. I don't care. He is the most untrustworthy person I can think of.
Look, he's collecting a check right now.
And the Steelers as a whole, like, everybody loves that organization. I'm probably going to get slammed, but I really don't care. That organization, there's something about it that I just don't like. It feels
off. It's a dumpster fire, dude. It's a dumpster fire.
I don't like how they treated Mike Tomlin. Every now and then, I don't like how the fan base does them. I don't like how they treated Le'Veon Bell and half of those guys that should have gotten paid and taken care of. Like, that's
they do not take care of their players. You had a player. You're right, Vic.
But
you had a running back, one of the best running backs, sit out all season. You had a running back sit out all season. Like what? Why won't they pay me? Like,
dude, I'm just saying, like, the people will look at the Patriots and say we kind of do the same thing, but we don't.
But we put it out there.
But we have people that
we put it out there.
And when it's time to move, we move you to help you out. Unless you're Jamie Collins, and then we send you to the Browns. Just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, no, that's what the Patriots. That's what the Patriots do. The Patriot way is, all right, you don't want to be here. We're gonna send you somewhere you don't want to be.
But you also get to keep your ring. You also get to keep your ring. You're a champion. Right. But now we'll find somebody else to replace.
We'll find somebody else who wants to take you. Don't you worry about it.
Malcolm Butler got paid.
How they rolled.
Malcolm Butler got paid.
That's because they are straight up gangster. That's because they are straight up gangster, and I say that not in everybody says that, and they're like, oh, that's a bad thing. I say that as a good thing. They are straight up gangster. They don't care.
They run a business. That's the sunglasses blunt gangster. Like, that is what's up.
They are
like anytime Belichick made a move, blunt and glasses. Like, come on, man.
They're like, that's it.
And if more teams could figure out how to be that, if more teams see the thing about the Patriots is, and I think this goes back. I'm gonna bring this full circle a little bit.
This
comes back to the New England point we were talking about before. New England knows they don't care what the fans think, what people think about their organization. They don't care.
They don't.
You know, oh, you got rid of this player, so you guys are bad people. They don't care that that's in the press. New England doesn't care. However, if you're the Carolina Panthers or if you're the, some other organization, they're so into the PR of, oh, this is going to look bad for our organization, or people are going to talk ill of this, so we're not going to make that move.
Our players don't talk. What about players pull Antonio Brown? His ass will be gone. Like, we're talking, Bill might get he might cut you.
Think about this, though. Malcolm Butler is out of town. He's been out of town for a year. We still don't know
but he's
exactly
in Tennessee.
In that Super Bowl.
He's in Tennessee. He's getting paid.
But he's not even talking about a team he doesn't even play for anymore. He's just
he left it alone. He left it alone. He's just like, you know what, who cares? I got 2 championships. I got a big contract with Tennessee. I'm not playing great. Somehow the Patriots knew I wasn't going to be great this year, and it's okay. Like, he doesn't care. You're a champion.
But I'm saying,
the most iconic interceptions ever in the Super Bowl.
Most iconic interception, ever. Possibly ever.
You jumped around. They were killing us with that all game. They were killing us. I knew it was coming. You had Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. I was like, my heart was racing that Super Bowl. Like,
that was payback for Junior Seau calling that all-out blitz on that goal line fade to Plexico burst. Dude.
Yeah.
God, we should have won that Super Bowl.
Oh, that hurts. I don't like talking about the Giants Super Bowls when they won. They beat us. It just kind of it hurts my feelings.
Dude,
like, I went
on a shutdown.
That's something we can all agree. We can all agree on. We don't want to talk about the Giants winning the Super Bowl.
No.
None
of us do.
No.
You guys don't want to talk about it because it was against you. I don't want to talk about it because I'm a Cowboys fan. So we're just not going to talk about it. It just didn't happen.
But horrible.
Hey,
absolutely horrible.
So we can all agree on wanting the Giants to get worse and trading OBJ to the Patriots.
The Patriots.
That's what I want in my life.
I want Eli to retire. Eli's done. I'm happy he's done. I'm happy.
When I saw the stories on Thursday of AB wants to get traded, and all the shows, especially the shows on Fox, because I was watching FS1, and they're all talking, should the Patriots trade for Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham? If I told Victor, if that happens, I'm not even going to watch.
Brown ain't ready for that.
I'm not even going to watch. I'm not even going to watch.
I don't want Brown.
NFL.
I'll take Beckham because I think
if they get
cool, but I don't want Brown.
Any of those guys.
Yeah,
that's just
I
not
get what you're
fair.
saying.
It's just not fair. It's gonna be the NBA.
Night.
It's gonna be the NBA, the NFL's version of the NBA. You're gonna watch every game and be like, oh, blah, blah, but I'm not gonna get upset because I know that you got this super team.
Odell and Julian would be nasty though. Odell and Julian, oh my goodness, that wouldn't even be fair. And we don't even know how to play.
Again.
I would love football. I would love football.
My version of it's how I feel. It's how I feel about the NBA. Like, I'll get upset about the NBA and I'll talk about it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, it doesn't matter because the Warriors are winning anyway. So
are you going to watch the playoffs this year though? Are you going to watch the playoffs this year?
I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch. Am I going to be excited or get any?
No,
am I going to get nothing?
Your show, Chris.
I'm not going to get upset.
Dude, I'll check in every third quarter when the Warriors are up 35. I'm gonna be like, we're good. Okay, that's game 1, 1-0. Game 2, up 50. All right, 2-0. Up 30, 3-0. Sweet.
Steph had 40 points in the first quarter? No way.
Yeah.
Klay
Thompson scored 45 and a half on one dribble and 8 shots. I don't know how that's possible, but he did it.
he did that,
Yeah.
He did that against the Bulls. Against the Bulls. It was just lights out, dude.
That's
the way the NBA is.
Boogie.
I don't want that to happen in the NFL.
They have
3 closers. You got Klay.
They could turn around and dump it into the post, make people respect Boogie and collapse, and then say, okay, we'll do what we do. Pass and shoot.
Let's kick it out.
Here we go. And it's over.
Wide open jumper.
It's awful.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It is awful. It's terrible. And I hate watching it. Speaking of, since we're on the NBA top, we're on the NBA topic. I just want to ask you about how Rich Paul and Anthony Davis leave. No, we got to keep it going because he's going to play. He's going to play.
Hey, did you see Anthony Davis said all 29 teams are still open?
He said that.
Did you see?
Yeah.
I got a news story that came across my screen the other day. Actually, it was yesterday. That Anthony Davis has said the rumors about him not wanting to go to Boston are false. And he wouldn't mind. He would not mind going to Boston.
He just wants to win. In his quote, he said, "I just want to win." And
you know what that means. You know that means July 1st. July 1st. Trader Dan is gonna make that happen.
The Warriors. He said he just wants to win, so is he going to the Warriors? What if he did go to the Warriors and they got rid of Draymond or something?
I would buy as much stock into the Warriors as I could, and then shut my TV off, disconnect it, and just watch the money pile up. Because I'll be like 10 championships in a row. That'll make me something.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to do that because they would be negative. They would be a negative on the money line. Like you wouldn't be able to put money on the Warriors.
Who are we
you
betting
could bet
on? What's a good bet? What's a good bet this for the NBA playoffs? Because you can't bet on the Warriors because it's like they're already going to be in it. What's a good bet for coming out of the Eastern Conference? Yeah, who could beat the Warriors? Who could dethrone the Warriors?
Your best bet right now. Well, I mean, not the best to dethrone them, but your best bet is to put money on Milwaukee.
Yeah,
that's your best bet because that's the best payout. That would be the best payout. But if you're talking who can go with the Warriors, it's the Boston Celtics.
Because there's so much they can just throw at them. When the Warriors put that crappy second team on the floor, and you're like, who are any of these guys?
Yeah, they are. Their bench is kind of weak. The bench is not as strong as it used to be.
If you remember back to that magical 72-win season, okay, there was only one team that
blew a 3-1 lead. People don't forget.
There was only one team that beat the Warriors twice.
It was OKC.
That was the Boston Celtics.
Oh, you're talking about the regular season.
No, wait. About to say, OKC
in the regular season.
Oh, okay. Regular. About to say, okay.
No. I mean, in the regular season, when they won 72 games, and they lost 2 to the Boston Celtics.
They didn't have Kevin Durant.
And
that team doesn't even count. That team doesn't count. Kevin Durant swings that power. I don't know, man. I can't even quantify it. It's
the
ridiculous.
pendulum wasn't even fair. Like he toppled the NBA. He toppled the NBA with that. He like literally.
When those reports were coming out that he was thinking about Golden State, I looked at my TV and I was like, that's some like 2K stuff. Like that's not going to happen. Like that doesn't happen in the NBA. Like that's not real. And I moved on. And I didn't think about it for the whole summer. And then all of a sudden I get a notice. It's like, yeah, he went. And you knew. The moment you read that, you knew it was over.
But if you want to get real talk as like who can hang with the Warriors, the only team in my mind is the Boston Celtics, and I'm going to disclose, not because I'm a Boston fan and not because of that, because Boston is the only team that can put 4 3-point shooters on the floor.
Yeah, and have
they're the only team.
To do that.
They're the only team that can do that. Everybody else, you'll have like maybe 1 or 2 guys that can stroke from 3, but the Celtics have 4 of them, and that's why I talked about it on my show. Shameless plug here. Fit On Sports Show on Wednesday nights. We talked about it, and I said the biggest reason the Celtics are big is because of Al Horford. If Al Horford can hit some threes in that game, in a game against the Warriors, then you got Kyrie doing his thing. You got Tatum who can stroke it from 3. You got Hayward who can shoot threes. Marcus Smart off the bench can shoot threes. Like, that's the only way you're going to beat the Warriors is by shooting the lights out.
I love that.
You got to shoot the lights out.
This Boston Celtics team, I do personally love them with all the guys they do have, because every time you can watch a game and you're like, oh, yeah, this guy, let's cook. Because, like, when Jaylen Brown starts going off, you're like, look at that future. Like, check out that. Like, that dude's athletic.
They are nice.
Smart.
They are definitely nice. Like Boston's nice.
You look at Terry Rozier when he gets in there, you're like, he's reckless, but, like, in a good way. He's hard-nosed, head to the basket, drives, will make the right basketball plays, got some flash and dash. The Morris kid, like, he's just steady. You see him spot up that jumper, you're like, he'll probably drop that down. And then you move on. He plays
he's
pretty
scrappy.
well.
He's real scrappy. Morris is scrappy.
I love them all.
I think, Morris is definitely scrappy. He's like the enforcer, too, because he won't back down to nobody. He won't. So, he is good for that team.
The enforcer. I wish Boston would have had a couple more years with Rasheed Wallace. He was secretly one of my favorite players of all time. When he played for the Celtics, I was so stoked.
Yeah. See, how do you not like Sheed, though? You just can't not like Sheed. Like, he was definitely like one of my favorites too. But
if you're an Indiana Pacers fan, I'm pretty sure you don't like Rasheed Wallace.
That's okay. I hate the Pacers anyway. I couldn't stand Rick Smith and Reggie Miller saved my life. I wanted to yell.
I'm not talking about that. If you're a Pacers fan, you probably fear Rasheed Wallace.
Why?
You
fear for your life. You fear for your life around
Rasheed
Wallace.
Because you know what? Let's talk about Ron Artest. How he fouled Ben Wallace really, really hard, but then he didn't want no smoke. Like, he didn't. When Wallace got up and started going after him, he wanted nothing to do with that altercation. It was almost like Tyler Hansborough when he fouled Ron Artest. It was like, you know what? I'm sorry. Did I foul you? Like, yeah.
Ben Wallace was a monster. That dude was insanely athletic. He was freakishly strong. He would have ripped Artest apart.
Yeah, he would have. But Artest backed down. He backed down fast. Like, he was like, no, man,
Yeah.
Artest said with his afro. He would have started headbutting with that big-ass afro.
Artest said, I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight Ben Wallace, so I'm gonna go in the crowd and find somebody I can fight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You threw a drink at me. I'm swinging at you
first.
Yo,
he put himself on timeout. He's like, I'm gonna go lay on the scorer's table, and it's cool. And when the drink hit him, he went, "Oh, we're back in the day. Okay, who can hit?" And he just ran up in that crowd and started swinging. He saw that poor little white dude with that beard.
He swung on a dude that wasn't even involved. He just swung on a dude who was there.
With a beer in his hand. I was dying.
People forget, Ron Artest knocked out Horse, okay? Ron Artest knocked out Nas's bodyguard, Horse. And Horse is a big dude. He was in the Uchiwali remix. That's a big dude. He knocked him out. Like, so Ron Artest did have some hands. He was. And he killed Nas on a remix, too. But, I'm just saying, like, he definitely,
Because Ron Artest is a New York City baller, baby.
Yeah, he was definitely feared. He's definitely let's fucking force
don't. People all over the country, even in like California, like they do not understand how you can get pissed playing basketball. every time I go to the gym and I'm playing and, like, somebody has something to say, I like getting a little chippy. I talk trash, and everybody's like, yo, we're just trying to have a good time. It's like, yeah, talking shit is a good time. What is wrong with
it?
That's part of the game, man. That's like 85% of basketball.
Oh, my goodness. Down
like
here, it's like you go play 21, and if they make it, it's not a foul. But if they miss it, it's a foul. And then it's 30 minutes. Bro, like, I have kids, I have things to do. This game of 21, I'd like to play too. You know what I mean? Like, I used to hate it. And then they always go, all right, we'll shoot the three. Shoot the three from half court, and, like, that's how we'll settle it. And I'm like, oh, my, I can't.
Hey,
that's
I
how it is.
I knew I was in trouble the first time I came out here and I played 21, and homie walked to the free throw line, and I was like, this is how you do it? I'm out. Like, nope. Like,
top of the key. It's always top of the key.
Not playing the free throw line, dude. Nope. Ooh, the kill.
Do they do cherry picking?
Oh, yeah, I hate oh, my God.
All right. Like, they're like, oh, you're back down to 13. No.
Dude, Chris, people don't get basketball out here, man. It drives me crazy.
We grew up in the heartbeat of that. Just remember, we grew up in the heartbeat of it. That's all we could really do is dribble. I remember I used to just dribble a basketball everywhere I went. I had a basketball.
Yeah.
I had a basketball in my locker in Adams. I would squeeze that damn thing in there and was like, yo, after school, 21, who's down?
All high school, I would hit up Mr. Wallach during my study halls and lunch breaks, and I would just sit in the gym and shoot for like 3 or 4 hours a day because that's all I wanted to do.
I mean, it's good. It's what we like to do. I like to do.
Yeah.
It's like almost as good as Publix fried chicken. That's how I love basketball. I can play basketball every day. I got a court at my house because there was no places to actually play. I didn't like the fact that I had to pay $5 every single time to play basketball. And I'm like,
hey,
what?
So you got your own hoop now, so you finally figured out that weak-ass left hand of yours, right?
Oh, there you go.
So you just don't go after my – I actually am good with my left now. I was definitely all right then, but I go left. I go left now. I'm more – as you get older, you realize you're not as athletic, especially playing against my nephew and cousins and stuff like that, but they can't beat me. So I'm like, good. They still can't beat me. But my step back is water still, and I have a jumper that is just – what?
Dude,
you want to call out a game.
All right.
That's my favorite.
All right, James Harden. Calm down over there, James Harden, with your step back.
No. My step back. I'm telling you.
You're talking about Captain Travel?
I don't travel with
step back.
My step back is beautiful. I'm sorry.
That around the back.
That's an old man move. That's an old man move.
What? Traveling? Traveling doesn't exist anymore. There's no such thing as traveling.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook didn't get called for 4 steps. He got called for 5, and they looked at him like,
if you saw Bradley Beal last week take 6 steps and fumble the ball, and the refs came out and said, "Oh, that's a legal play." Guy didn't dribble from the 3-point line on a layup. Me watching like basketball right now, especially like because let's talk about it. Cause we still play sports. I'm sure you still play softball. I play basketball. I like to take some of these moves from these players. Like Harden's step back, that is like an old man move because I can't move as fast as I used to. So that step back, it creates separation, and he made that for all the older dudes that still play. He does. Because I don't have the same lift I had before. And these kids right now, they're too fast. They're too damn big and too fast. And you're not about to embarrass me. Like, a lot of these kids can dunk now. I will tackle you if you come down the lane.
That thing works. I've made that work. It's nasty. Where he goes, he swung it around his left, and he jumped to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I used it in a game, and I was like, that's 2 steps, remember? And everybody's like,
it is.
Okay. And I just started doing that all game, dude. I was killing people. It was hilarious.
Yeah, the Euro step will definitely open things up. That's for older people, too. I do the Euro step, too, because you could get them one way and then go another way. I like it. I like it a lot.
Remember how we couldn't do that in high school? Like, they were like, no that's traveling. It's like, no.
That was the
hop
step.
Down.
Remember the hop step?
The hop step.
The hop step. I was really good with the hop step, and everybody would always call travel. And I was like, no, because it was all about how you came down with so much power and then you sprung back up. That's like a power dribble. I never did power dribbles, but still.
I love power dribbles. That was my favorite thing to do.
Power dribbles remind me of Anthony Mason or Charles Oakley with power. You don't think so? What?
No, I'm saying, like, when you power dribbled, they would fling their heads up because I could always tell they were trying to headbutt somebody. You just, boom!
Yeah, those were the good days of basketball. Those were really the good days. Like, because the Knicks were like, they would, like, hurt you.
Well, you know what killed basketball is not being able to hand check.
That changed the game forever. We all
because
knew it we knew it was coming.
a good hand check negates everything that somebody wants to do to you. And it was like we were talking about at the beginning when we were talking about undercutting people.
Yeah.
When people came in and so whenever somebody was trying to back me in and I could just forearm them right in the back, like everybody was like, oh. Because I was always that smaller kid. I was always that smaller kid that everybody was like, oh, I'll just take him into the post. And then, bam. Once they got that forearm into their back, they were like, oh, we're not backing in anymore. This kid's going to hurt me.
Back in the day, when we would get a rebound, they definitely
make you know.
Remember the rebound elbows that we used to get? Like, when you get an elbow and you get the rebound and you would flare your elbows out.
And you put your elbows out? No.
Yeah, now it's dangerous.
You get thrown out of the game for that.
Yeah, now you're out. That's a
you
flagrant.
get thrown out of the game for that.
Yeah.
But again,
why?
Back to that was the way we were taught to rebound at Jim Calhoun basketball camp. Grab the rebound and get your elbows out.
Elbows straight out and swing as hard as you could until everybody was away from you.
Elbows out and clear out.
Hey.
That was the way we were taught.
All
day.
Predictions
on the All-Star game.
Predictions?
Who's gonna win?
I'd love to know. I'd love to know what the over/under is on. I'd love to know what the over/under is because I'm gonna guess that this game, that the game is gonna be at about 280, somewhere around there.
They're going to score 280 points tonight?
I think 270, 75, yeah. I agree.
I don't want to see that 300 points. They have to play some defense. I hate when
they're going to shoot the lights out.
I have an ad for the NBA All-Star game that they need to do. I have an ad. It would make it funnier or more fun to watch.
Is Russell Westbrook going to dunk on somebody?
No. Russell Westbrook just going to grab rebounds from his teammates and try to get a triple-double.
The triple-double? He's getting a triple-double?
Yeah. He's going to snatch rebounds from, like, Giannis. He's going to be like, nope, that's mine. I need 10. Give me that. Give it to me.
Because Russ is the only one that cares. Russ is the only one who's going to hustle every play of the All-Star game. The rest of them are just going to be running up and down the court.
You know, that's why I really wondered why Jordan hasn't tried to make a trade for Russell Westbrook to go to Charlotte, because I figure that's his favorite player in the NBA right now.
I want Jordan to get rid of Kemba so Kemba could go to a team and win. I'm sick of seeing Kemba
to go to Boston and Kyrie to New York.
Kemba's a free agent. That's why he's on Jordan. That's why he's on LeBron's team for the All-Star game.
Oh yeah.
Kemba's a free agent. He'll be moving this summer, so it won't be long till Kemba's out of there. Although, going back to the skills competition, did you see the 3-point? Did you see the 3-point contest? Ray Allen missed every shot that he took.
That was hard to watch. That was hard to watch.
That was hard to watch. And Kemba got like 15 points. UConn at its finest right there.
Dude, Ray Allen during the celebrity game,
Kemba's shooting like he's from UConn. Because Kemba was not on his 3-point game last night.
I feel like every UConn player in a gym by themselves, you're like, they're not that good. And then you see them in a game and you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. You're awesome.
But yeah, Kemba was
Ray was tough to watch last night. I was like, come on, Ray, at least make one.
Dude, he was killing it during the celebrity game, though. He looked good. Him and Jay Williams were going back and forth. I liked it. So, what do we do? What do we do with the rest of the football offseason? I think we should do fantasy stuff here too. What do you guys think?
I think that would be good. I really need to get into fantasy. I've
been in a league for years.
Okay.
I will tell you. I will tell you this. I'm the worst. I hate fantasy football with a passion.
I love it.
Just because
everything about it.
I just can't get into it because the way I watch the game is so different than like, oh, this guy had this many targets or blah. I'm like, I don't care about that. I care about who's a good player. Like, I don't give a damn. Like people that like everybody that's like, oh, AB is the best receiver. I'm like, no, he just puts up the best numbers. Like,
yeah, it is starting to get a little convoluted between the lines of like good fantasy stats and actual like good football.
It's like the people that said. I mean, back in the days of when this will date me to my fantasy football isms, but it was like the people who said, "Oh, Maurice Jones-Drew should be the first running back that you draft," and I was like, "Maurice Jones-Drew? What are you crazy? Like, he's not the first. He's not like the 10th running back that I would take."
Like that's the thing about fantasy, which is so Go. I'm sorry, with my kids. But no, that's the thing about fantasy. I'm in Publix. They wanted chicken tenders. I'm sorry, guys. Hey.
Nice.
It's all.
That's what.
Love the kids. I love.
Gotta love the
kids
kids.
around.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. But like fantasy, the thing is like it's great because people who understand the strategy of football. Like, see, I'm sure Vic, you know like certain players because like certain players can score, but I feel like I had to learn the matchups first. The matchup, because it's like that's what's hard because you don't know who they're going up against. Like if you got your Odell going against a shutdown corner, like if he's gonna really put up points, I mean you have to know stuff like that. That's why I think fantasy is cool. I just have to kind of be coached into like really getting into it to like the running back. Because the one year I played, I was just like, you know what, I'm better than this. Why am I losing like this? But
we'll definitely set up some classes. Yeah, because I've been playing a league out here with my friends for like the last like 6 years, and we do like a live draft. A buddy of mine works for like a printing company, so we get big boards and stickers. Like we make a whole day of it. And I mean, dude, I do homework for months leading up to that draft because you're looking at bye weeks that are coming up. Like you're looking at matchups, you're looking at who you're going to end up having for like a playoff push. If you do have it, you got to take into account like how like Todd Gurley.
What about dropping players?
Yeah, but Todd Gurley was a great
dropping
start
players
this year.
That's what got me because I was like, I don't want to get rid of this player, but I need another player to play. Like, you know what I mean? Because they're not playing this week, and I was like, oh, I should trade this player. That's what I didn't like. That's what hurt me, I think, too. Like I was like trying to figure out. Cause I was like, no, I'm not going to give up Antonio Brown or somebody big. You know, like I'm not giving him up. Like, you know what I mean? But sometimes you have to.
Sometimes that's the game. You got to know when a player has hit his ceiling and what you can unload for the next half of the season. It takes some homework, man.
So I like that
we can go over that
involved.
stuff.
I like that. See, I like that strategy involved. I'm just tired to get my ass kicked. I want to win. So I need to have a better strategy. like when I look, because you always have to look at it. And I have NFL where you get the package, whatever, for you get every
NFL
day.
ticket?
I have that. NFL
nice.
ticket. So I have a clicker where you can follow all, because you can add all the players so you can get the stats, which is awesome. So I'm looking at the score. I'm like, man, I got like 150, man. Ain't nobody. And then I look at the next guy that I'm playing against. He's got like 330. I'm like, you know what? Like, why?
No, that was like I built a league this year. I put my girlfriend in it and a bunch of our friends. Like we did like a family league just to get people who weren't used to playing into it, so we could have a little bit of fun. I drafted my team. At the end of the season, I had the third most points scored. Like, straight up third most points scored. I finished fourth in my league. I didn't even win my championship. And I was, 5-8 by the end of the year. I kept getting beat by everybody's best weeks. It was one of the most frustrating things that happened.
That's
you
where
put
it
up 200 and then somebody's like 205 and they never put up points like that ever again. It's like.
But I feel like football is better than basketball for fantasy. Cause I couldn't get into basketball for fantasy. I tried, but I feel like football was more fun and more engaging than basketball was. It was just like they played.
Football is easier.
It's because
football's easier because it's one day. You know, it's one day a week. Like, it's Sunday, and, you know, you got that one game on Monday, but you could sit down on Saturday night and get your lineup set up. Like,
yeah, you know, you're like, okay.
Well, a lot of people
basketball is hard because, like, sometimes you got guys who have 2 games a week. Some guys have 3 games that week. Those, like, basketball, baseball, and hockey are so hard to do fantasy. Like, I get burnt out. Like, the first like month of fantasy baseball, I'm like, I'm all in. I'm doing all this. After a month, I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. I'll look at my team like I'll look at my team like in another. I'm like, I can't follow this I can't follow this every day. This sucks.
It's like
I just want to watch the game.
All right, whatever. You just want to go autopilot. Like, where did I leave? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then 3 weeks later, I look at my lineup and like half the guys are injured and like half the guys in my lineup aren't even playing anymore, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting out of this. Exactly.
So I told you guys over the chat, I don't remember if you saw it, but I set up an email for the show, and I also set up a Twitter account for the show. So the email address for the show is trinity.gauntletpodcast@gmail.com. And then you can find us on Twitter at Trinity Gauntlet Podcast. The handle is at Trinity Gauntlet, all one word. So I want to try to where we're doing live. We want to do a little live interaction when we can, like get on Twitter, get some interaction with people, have people ask questions if you're listening in, or we can answer them on the pod. But I definitely want everybody to know that we're interactive. We want people to join in on the conversation. Like I want to hear what other people think about all of this stuff.
Yeah, we'll talking about it. Like we said at the beginning, this is day one stuff, and we'll have more as we go here. Adding to the show, definitely getting more participation involved, and it's fun. Dude, I started doing this like 2 years ago. Now, I was calling into somebody else's show, and they were like, just do a show. You can do it. And I was like, nobody's gonna want to listen to me. But now it's like the funniest thing in the world, just to do the radio. And Ben was on the other night when that random guy from LA just called up to talk about the Lakers.
Yeah, that was good stuff,
dude. That's the fun. That's what we want. That's the stuff that gets me going. I was like, I don't know this dude, but he's just rolling with the punches.
He was straight. Yo, Joe was like seriously about. He could not stand LeBron. He was going at me because I'm a LeBron fan, so you know, just everybody out who's listening, I'm a LeBron fan. I really can't have that basketball like fan because I'm more of a football guy. But when I'm watching basketball, I like, you know, for the NBA, I don't have a team. I just never. I mean, basketball's different. You have that player you follow. I feel like, and some people have their teams. Like, you know, I get it. You like a team, but I mean, I'm more into like, you know, watching, you know, that dominant player. Like, who could say that's the guy right there? And when it comes to basketball, so it doesn't really bother me. I just enjoy watching the sport. Period. But, you know, like, as far as saying who's one of the greatest, I think LeBron's up there. So, like, watching that guy come at me like that, I loved it. Like, I was like, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Tell me about. And he was like, brother. He's like, bro. What he say? He said, man, you falling into that stuff, brother. You kept saying you fall. I was like, yo, this kid is really on with this. Like, he is not happy about LeBron being in L.A. He is not happy about it.
He was like, dude,
no,
if you're buying into that, I got a bridge that I could sell you. I was dying. I was laughing the whole time he was talking.
I'm just saying, dude, the Kobe fans out here are strong, dude, and they hate LeBron.
They're strong. They are strong.
They're
real strong.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey,
I know. I can hear it in his heart. I can hear it in his heart the way he was talking.
I'll tell you what, when you come out to Cali and you get a little bit of that medicinal, hey, everything's not that bad. Everything's not that bad.
It really isn't, and there's nothing wrong with that. We'll. There'll be a show in Cali. Me and Chris will have to venture out there.
We'll do it from Pounders Sports Bar, that place we went to had fun, Chris. Next time you guys come out, we'll do a pod from Pounders.
Yeah, we'll jump on the bicycle. We'll jump on the bicycles and bike down to the bar again. At friggin' 9 o'clock in the morning.
I live at a different place now. We can't do that from here. You'll see. You'll see.
He's like, no, we ain't riding the marathon.
No.
We would do it if
Victor knows this. When we went down there, dude, we biked to the bar at 9 o'clock in the morning, and football was on.
Yep.
I was
already at the bar. I had to get up and left. I had to drive to work in the morning because I was tired.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like riding a bike.
Yeah. And the guy that Victor was living with was like, oh yeah, we'll just bike down to the bar. And I'm like, what do you mean bike? Aren't we gonna drive? And he's like, no, it's right down the street. Okay. 9 o'clock in the morning, Gino, me, and Mike are just jumping on his bike, and we biked down to the bar. And I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Ever. I think it's awesome. If you can do that at 9 o'clock, just wake up, get some beer.
Cali will be good for you guys when you guys come out, man. I promise. I love it out here,
That's
man.
That's what I'm talking about. I know. I definitely plan on relocating at some point, and I probably will either end up on the West Coast or, who knows, I'm going to Thailand. That was random. But you know what I'm saying? Either or.
You mean adult Disneyland? No, that doesn't sound dumb. I understand where you're coming from. It's all good. I was in the Navy, remember? I've traveled the world.
Yes, Thailand. Ernie Tatty let me know about Thailand. And I was like, you know what, Tad? I need to go. But, man, you can go there and just love it.
I don't know if I would internationally travel with that guy. I remember him from high school. I don't know if that's the endeavor.
Well, Burn Dog is real. Burn Dog
is awesome, man.
I know. I love Ernie, man. I love Ernie. Ernie's always been a good guy.
Traveling with Ernie, it's definitely like, what's that movie? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the movie?
The Hangover?
Oh, my God. It's going to be
Hangover.
like that. And it's going to be like that. Like, we shenanigans. We got to get together. We got to get everybody to get together. The shenanigans involved.
Quick story, actually. I had Gino come visit me when I was in Virginia when I was still in the Navy. That weekend turned into The Hangover. That was an epic weekend. Dude, the kid gets off the flight. I pick him up from the airport, get to my house in Virginia. He meets my roommate. The first thing before he says hello, he hands him a mason jar full of moonshine and goes, drink this. And then he took a huge swig and he goes, this is how this weekend's going to go, isn't it? I was like, dude, we're going to be hammered till you get on the plane to go home. And that's exactly what we did. Virginia Beach was one of the most epic places you could go in your early 20s. I don't care what anybody has to say.
I think we lost Ben. I think he lost service. And on that note, we've hit the 2-hour mark. So we're recording as a podcast still. But
that's all good.
I think it's a good time to wrap up. I think it's a good time to wrap up, especially since Ben's phone has decided that's the end of the conversation.
Yeah, I feel like he just decided this on his own.
But man, yeah, this was a great first run. Of course, we'll have things smoothed out Later on.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday's going to be a a real. I'll just say it. There's no other way to say it. It's going to be a real shit show next Sunday.
All right.
I'm gonna try to get it set up, and I'm gonna try to do it. But I got to tell you, and the listeners will understand this. Next Saturday night at 7:00 at night starts the Gino Nazaro Classic.
Uh-oh.
There's an overnight softball tournament down in Trumbull that a bunch of guys set up in honor of Gino Nazaro. Obviously, I'm not even playing on the team, but I'm obviously going to be there. So it starts. It's an 8-team tournament that starts at 7:00 at night. So
hey, you might have to stay up and pound coffee till the morning and then go to sleep after the show.
You can only imagine. So I don't know how long that's going to go. I might be checking in. I might be checking in live. We might be live on scene while this thing's still going on. I mean, I'm gonna make it happen. But I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you and the audience know beforehand. That's what I'm doing the night before. Is I'm going to softball. Hopefully by then I'll find my glove or buy a new one and maybe jump into a game or two at the tournament.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
That's what's going on next week. Yeah, it always happens. Anytime you go to play softball, even if you're not on a team, you just show up and people will
hand you a beverage.
People will just jump. They'll be like, "Yo, get out there at second base." Okay. Or yo, we need a
roster. Just go out there.
We need a.
Just go ahead.
That's why like when we went with when we were out there with you and you went to play softball, I was like, dude, somebody's gonna just be like, we need somebody, and everybody out here, and he was like, oh, you're not on our roster, or blah, blah. I was like, rosters. It's like, we don't have rosters out here. We don't even care.
Yeah. They're not from little small towns where you just walk back to the field and if you find it, you can play. Like that's kind of how Connecticut was.
Like,
oh, you found the field? You're definitely allowed to play. Come on, go play first base.
Dude, my softball thing is like we're like, all right, we got eight guys. We need a nice guy. Go, you walking by. Come on, jump on. I don't have a game. Hey, my game is not till 9. It doesn't matter. You're playing now.
Yeah.
Or people come on and be like,
just go stand out there. I just need another guy out there. Go.
People will be like, our game's at, there's like a 7:00 game going on. People will come and be like, yo, we got a game at 9. You're playing. They'll like grab you off the field and be like, we got a game at 9. Stick around. You're gonna play it. Okay. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about rosters because we're like, we just want to play. We don't. Nobody wants to go all the way down there, spend their whole work day like, oh, I got softball tonight. Get there and be like, oh, 8 teams. Oh, there's a forfeit. Nobody's gonna play, and then you're like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, that's always
like,
crappy. I hate that.
Even everybody on the other team is like the team that has everybody is like, no, we don't care. Grab a guy. Go,
we just want to play.
I've been in leagues where our team had like 12 guys and the other team only had 8, and we're like going out. We're going out to the other fields. We're like, yo, we just want a game. You go on the other team.
Yeah, we've done that.
Like,
we've done that before too. We're like, we'll give you our players. Just let them play with you.
Don't get him. That guy's really good. I'm like, I don't care how good he is. I don't care if we lose this game 30-0. I just want to get out here and play.
Right.
I've been waiting all day for this.
So the Gino Nazaro Classic, man. If that becomes a yearly thing, I might have to set up a trip around that.
I don't know what the actual name of it is. I know my buddy Dean set it up and he sent me the link on Facebook, and I never really.
We'll get it.
I just responded like, yeah, I'll go. But my friend Amanda.
That's cool.
Yeah, my friend Amanda just texted me this morning. She was like, "I'll pick you up." She's like, "I'm gonna pick you up, and we're going." I was like, "Is that tonight?" And she's like, "No, it's next week." I was like, "Okay, good." I was like, "Okay, I got time."
Woo.
I was like, "Okay." Whew. I was like, all right, but I know I'm in. I know I'm in for that. So it'll be
good. Right on.
It'll be a fun. You know,
well,
I might
Chris,
be I might be a little under the weather, but we're gonna do it.
It's all good. It's all good. We just did our first pod, man.
We did, and we got our Twitter thing set up, and we'll be jamming on that. So, all right.
Yeah.
Just because this is the only song that's in our audio clip, I'll play this on our way out, and then we'll the podcast will end, and you can check us out online. Again, hit us up on our Twitter, hit us up on our email. We'll get a Facebook page set up for the group. And we'll post some stuff there. We'll always post something on Twitter, polls, whatever. If you're out there listening, you want to be part of the show, get in touch with us on Twitter. What's our Twitter handle again? It's Trinity Gauntlet, one word, right?
Yep, at Trinity Gauntlet, one word. Trinity Gauntlet podcast.
Hit us up on Twitter if there's something you want to get out there. If you see a story that's crazy, let us know. Obviously, we'll if our Colin Kaepernick discussion from before was not anything of that's how the show is going to be. We're just going to let it flow, get everything going. So we'll debate everything. We say what we want here. It's not.
We sure do.
And for people that want to call in, I just want everybody to know that's how we are. It's not. We're not going to sit here and it's not going to be a Mike Francesa style of, oh, we don't like what you're saying, we'll cut you off. Like, you say something that bothers us, A, we're going to give it to you right back, but B, we're going to let you air. We're going to let you have an airing of grievances. Like, I don't want people to think.
All right, Chris.
That
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you later, man.
Yeah. All right, man.
I'm out.
Like I just want to finish my role here. I just want to say, like, if you call up and you disagree with us, that's perfect. We want that. Okay? Like, I love when people agree with me, but I love it more when people disagree and have a different point of view, because that's how we learn stuff. That's how we roll. So, all right, that's our episode for this week. We'll be on next week, and we'll talk to you then. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Tonight, it's Chicago Med and the epic Chicago Fire PD crossover event. With a case so dangerous,
there's been a robbery every 72 hours.
It will take 2 teams to solve. Wednesday's biggest dramas are on NBC.
And think there's no reason to stay up until 11? Let's do the math. 4 radars, more choppers, and this team equals more coverage at 11. Chuck, Colleen, Fritz, Fred. Call on these 4 before you call it a night. NBC 4 News at 11.
Tonight, it's Chicago Med and the epic Chicago Fire PD crossover event. With a case so dangerous,
there's been a robbery every 72 hours.
It will take 2 teams to solve. Wednesday's biggest dramas are on NBC.
And think there's no reason to stay up until 11? Let's do the math. 4 radars, more choppers, and this team equals more coverage at 11. Chuck, Colleen, Fritz, Fred. Call on these 4 before you call it a night. NBC 4 News at 11.